tip on RV maintenance. Now, at some point with owning an RV, you may encounter a water line leak. It could be at a sink faucet, or it could be in your service bay. The lines, the water lines in an RV are PEX, P-E-X, and it's a standard in all motorhomes. And there's a way to fix those lines if you encounter a leak. You can add connectors to the end where maybe the connector is leaking that goes onto the sink faucet. Or you may just have gotten a frozen line and the PEX line has split and is causing a leak. Okay, you can cut that out and add new PEX line to it using connectors and or couplers, and couple the two pieces together. I'm going to show you how to do that. Now I'm going to take you under my camera under the sink and let you see the repair job I did. Okay, now that you've seen what it looks like when it's complete, we'll go to my workbench and I'll actually put this connection together, and then you can see how it goes together, and it's pretty easy to work with. I got mine from an RV dealer, RV parts place, and they will have these connectors and fittings to repair just about any line you need. Okay, so let's go to the workbench. Okay, we're at the workbench now, and we're going to show how to make the connection that you saw under my bathroom sink in the RV. Here's the components that we're going to use. This is the 1/2 inch coupler. This is the PEX tubing that I bought. You can buy it by the foot. But here's what you get. You get this piece, which is going to allow you to join two pieces. It could be like this, what have you. But this is your coupler. And then you have this device, which is your flare-it. This is going to allow for your piece of tubing to go on, and I'll show you how this goes, but it's a real good connection and easy to work with. So SharkBite is the brand name, and this is what another company, Watts, but it works the same way, and it's 1/2 inch, and it'll fit the PEX tubing. Okay, so you want 1/2 inch on both ends. They do have some that are called reducers, and it'll go like from 3/8 to 1/2 or what have you. So you want 1/2 to 1/2. And what comes along with it is a little package of this kind of stuff. And a couple of these rings are very important. These are in case you have soft tubing. This is hard, it won't collapse. But if you had soft tubing, you would put these in and you could use this connector and it wouldn't collapse. That's what those are. I don't need them with the PEX. Also, you come with these two little C-clamps, or C whatever. They're locking rings. And I'll show how they're used. They go on either side, and you want to put these correctly like that. If you can't put it on wrong, I'm going to see if I can. Well, you can put it on like that, yeah. Okay, it'll go either way, but it's hard to get it off that way. So I don't know if I would want to put it on like that. And look at there, bam. Now, oh, it's over here. So, you see what happened there. You don't want that to happen. So, I think when I did that other one, I put it with the outside like this so that I can grab hold of this if you have to take it off. And you want to hold on to these things because they will spring out and you may lose it, and then there's your job. Because you've got to have these to lock it in place, okay? Now, the first thing you want to do is make sure you have a nice square cut, not like a baloney or something, because that can interfere with the sealing. There's two O-rings inside of there that you have to go past, and that's what seals around there. So, prepare your end, and I'm going to cut this smooth. I'm going to just go ahead, and now this is where you need to be careful and not cut your finger off. You can get this cut off pretty straight and no burrs and as straight as you can get it, okay? And make sure that there's no little sharp edges going around. So you just kind of scrape it off, okay? And now when you go to put this on, what you do is unscrew this, and you don't want to put any lubricant or anything on it. You want to dry. Now, this is important. Always put this on. Now, with a piece like this, it wouldn't be any problem. Later, I could put it on, but it's a good idea to go ahead and have it on there. And now, one thing you're going to have to do is you need a hair dryer or some sort of heat source to heat this up, and it'll go on much better and easier. Or you have to really put some twisting and really some brute force. Alrighty, now I'm going to go and push these on. There, yeah. Okay, get this on correctly, and then tighten. Tighten her good and tight, as far as it'll go, and then that should be locked in and ready to go. So that's how you can do that. But you see, it's going to be a little difficult, but you can do this piece and then use this. This is easier to work with, and I'm going to show you how that works. So you would get this done outside, and then you would measure and cut this to the approximate length that you judge that you're going to need this to go to. All right? Because it's already, you're going to put this on the supply line coming in. Let's say that this is the supply line. Okay, so what you do, again, no lubricant or anything like that. If this is the supply line right here that's up underneath the counter, you would have it where you can pull it back and forth. There's going to be some slack, and you've measured where you'll have enough room, and this would be measured. You're going to couple of these two. So you push this in. You're going to feel resistance right off the bat. That's that little rubber O-ring, and you push hard all the way. You got to push hard all the way. So that should go all the way into there. To get it out, you pull on this little ring right here, twist, and you can get it out. And it went into about there, so that's where it stops. And if you look carefully, you can see down in there there's an O-ring, and that's what you got to go past. The O-ring's going to fit right along there. Okay, so let's do it again. It goes right in, and then you feel resistance, and then you push hard until it goes all the way. Then you take one of these and slide it right, and they're tapered. They're like chisel point right there, so it'll work itself right in. Okay, and then that locks it in place. So there's that connection that goes back behind your counter underneath the sink. And then this, you see, you can judge about where, if you can pull this back and forth, you can judge about how long you need this. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to show you that when you do get the right length, you just simply plug this in and get it lined up to the up position. You wouldn't want to put it in like that and have to twist it. So get it the way it's going to be, then you push and then push harder there until it seats. If you don't, you're going to have water squirting all out of there. Then once you finish that, you take your other little C-ring and you put it right in there and it'll just split it right out. And right there is your connection. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, if you need to, this can be taken apart at any time without any damage. So to take it apart, you would take this ring loose and be careful that it don't split. And then you can't just pull it out. You have to push this little part in. It has to go in. Hold it in, and then you can pull this out. There you go. There you go. And this one the same way. And I pull in and hold it, and there. And there's one that's ready to go whenever I need it, and I just cut it to the length I want. Look, I would suggest that if you don't have a leak right now, you get the parts that you need and have them available, and you practice so that you won't have to take it into the dealer and they have to keep it for 2 or 3 days over something that you could do at home, sitting in your driveway or backyard with your motorhome in comfort. Good luck on your project, and I hope you don't have a leak, but if you do, you can fix it. All right, this is Sam Owens saying so long until next time.